All right, this is Toy Box Podcast, episode 37. I'm mazintotoro, and I am joined by Bran.
Hey, everybody, it's Bran. I don't want to build any Legos for
a also joined by Scorponok.
I'm Scorponok, and today I am just going for bots. I love bots, especially some fembots.
Good choice. Also joined by Necro Oblivion.
Hey guys, I've decided that I love poison ivy, and not the issue that happens when you touch the plants, but the character DC poison ivy. Hurrah!
And also joined from the frozen north, we have Counterpunch.
You are mistaken. It is Punch.
And what is different about Punch?
I'm not Counter.
I don't think he's in on the joke. I think he's dropping the ball here.
I'm just imagining that
My
scene.
apologies. I was going to tell a joke though. So somebody told me the other day that, I know this already, but like if you use Viagra and it's been around for more than 4 to 6 hours, you need to seek medical attention. But they said if it's been longer than that, you just turn on the back and it's a picture of Justin Trudeau, and you'll be fine.
Is there an American version of this joke that we'll all understand?
I don't know. Insert woman here, or like, well, maybe not woman, but like the other one was Kathleen Wynne, but like you guys wouldn't get that one.
Okay, so it's like saying Mila Kunis and Kristen Bell.
And no, you can't use those ones.
I'm so confused right now.
An old man. You can use an old man. What about Donald Trump?
I don't understand the cultural context of other countries outside America.
America.
Jesus Christ.
Wait. So Jesus Christ would be on the other side of the spectrum?
Maybe.
On your list.
I do like to fantasize about my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, not in a sexual way, but just imagine what it'd be like hanging out with him. Brings a tear to my eye.
The sweet baby Jesus.
The sweet baby
manger.
Jesus. Okay, so just for reference for everyone, we were discussing earlier that Counterpunch has opened a toy before some of us have. And we were joking that it's an alternate universe for such an event to happen. Hence,
almost a shattered glass kind of universe.
I think we're fucking it up, so we call it Shattered Ass. Nothing. All right.
Shattered box. What about shattered box?
Shattered box. Yes.
I actually wasn't doing the intro for the whole shattered glass, shattered box idea. It was actually
I thought we weren't doing it. Then halfway through, we were apparently doing it.
Well, I was just referencing how I didn't want to build any more Legos for a while after sifting through
all the Lepin stuff.
Yeah. So, but then but it still works.
You've been a busy guy with those Legos.
Yeah.
Actually, do you want to do Gets first, or do you want to do news first tonight?
Let's do Gets.
Okay.
So, Bran, tell us about all the Lego trouble you've been having.
Oh my lord! So, Lepin, Lepin, for any who know, is a Chinese brand that knocks off Legos. They're clones. The parts are made from a slightly less quality plastic, but they're still pretty good. And they just straight up rip off full-on Lego sets. So I got the Lepin version of the recent Ultimate Collector Series Millennium Falcon for like a fourth the cost of what that thing was, just retail. Forget secondary market. The only downside is they come just bagged randomly. There's no organization. There is no, okay, I open this bag and I build this part. I open that bag, I build that part. So at 8,700 some odd pieces, I had to manually sort everything. And then I had to build it. So I think total time, it took me about 3.5 weeks, and it was probably a solid 40, 50 hours of build time. That's just building, not that doesn't count the sorting. It was a lot. It was a lot. I mean, I'm sure like some guys, some like hardcore Lego guys, like they have like a bench, they have like the little tool cabinet that you store little nails in, little organizational things like that. Mine wasn't as fancy, so guys like that, it probably wouldn't have been as rough. But for my setup, it took a little time.
I like the solo cups. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I was thinking I was going to get like some little styrofoam, like to-go containers and do it that way. But I was like, wait, I got a whole ton of solo cups. I'll just do that. So I think I have these 4 little clamshells, have trays in them. There's 12 compartments to each of those. There's 4 of those. And then I still needed like 20 solo cups. And even with all that, I still had probably 3 pounds worth of Lego, like the larger plates and stuff like that, just completely separate, off the side. It was a chore. But, with all that, the build was a lot of fun. It's huge. Somebody online designed, it's called an Efferman's stand. And I assume because some dude named Efferman designed it. But it's a Technic stand that you can mount this thing onto, and it'll stand it up at a steep angle. So, the standard 6-foot bookcase that you get at Walmart, it fit on the top shelf perfectly, and it still clears the ceiling by a couple of inches. So, I don't want to build any more Legos for a while. I'm about Legoed out for about a minute.
To build them.
Do what?
How do you have any more room to build these Legos? Your Lego sets that you've been building are absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that's what my wife had me as the size of this thing started coming together. She's like, "Where are you gonna put that? I have any more room?" I was like, "No. I built this stand. Okay, it'll work."
I really liked. I know you weren't really a big fan of it, but I really liked the table one though. That picture that was kind of floating around.
Yeah, they built a little coffee table with the thing in const under glass. So it's a little diorama, which it's cool, but not for me. And I don't think the wife would have liked that.
See, and you've been knocking these out in 2 months. I mean, you're amazing how you've been putting these together. I mean, I've still got that yellow Devastator I gave up on, months ago, just sitting there. And you've just been knocking these out the park, man. It's amazing what you can do.
Thanks.
Oh yeah, that took me like 2 months just to sort it, and then probably 3 to build it. So.
Oh no, I took pictures of the bag. So there was 171 individual bags, ranging from like 10 pieces to a couple of hundred pieces each. It was ridiculous. I took a picture of them all laid out on the floor, and I think they took up about a 7 by 8 foot chunk of my carpet.
Yeah, I would need an Adderall prescription before even attempting that. So,
it's you got to know what you're getting into if you're going to try to build that bad boy. It's a commitment.
Yeah, and I love Lego and Star Wars, and that thing scares me. So, the price is nice. I'll give it that, but still, it scares me.
I mean, looking back. The price versus quality versus, this is the largest Lego set ever made. The fun of it, I would do it again. It was worth it.
Well, I love the name of the company.
Do what?
I was saying, I love the name of the company, because on first read, you think of, various thieves and different media. But then it's even a misspelling of it like a good knockoff should be. So the name is a thief reference. And it's also a dumb knockoff misspelling at the same time. I think it's brilliant.
Nice.
So how about this, Bran? I'll send you all my Lego sets I haven't put together, and you can just do them for me in your free time.
And you will never see them again. So that was my big project for the last like month and a half. My other gets, I'm just going to run through the list real fast, and I know a couple of you guys wanted to talk about a few of these. All the Power of the Prime stuff except for Wave 2 Voyager Alita and a couple of the little guys. Alien Attacks El Cid, which is Alien Attack is a new third-party company, and this is their version of The Last Knight / Age of Extinction Optimus. And I'll talk a little bit about him. I got Zeta Brawl, which is the next Zeta / Toy World leg for their Bruticus. My Christmas present came in finally. Goddamn pre-order. FansToys 20G, FTG, which is their Omega Sentinel. So the nice big blue 2 foot tall Omega Supreme.
I want that so bad.
The blue's nice. I like it. Some of the shading's a little off from the pictures that we saw. So there's that. But overall, it's a nice big hefty boy.
You should get another one
I
just to troop build him slightly.
Not that price now. I am gonna, when Weijing does their Omega Supreme, that'll be the true color Omega third party that I'll end up with. So, and I'm also doing that MFT, Bad Dragon Omega, but
Huge Dragon,
Bad Dragon,
Huge Dragon.
Kids at home, do not Google Bad Dragon.
Yeah, I was about to say Bad Dragon. What?
No.
Speaking of Omegas, I got Mastermade's Apollo, which is their super deformed Omega Supreme. Goes with my little Mastermade Triptychon very nicely. Really cool little guy. I got MP Sunstreaker, and today I got MPM Barricade. Dipped the pinky toe into Chogokin for the first time.
Chogokin!
Got the Gokin VF25S Ozma. VF25S tape with, and I actually separately ordered the super parts. So I got the pre-renewal version. Renewal was, I guess, a couple of years later where they re-released them and, had to, fix a couple of small problems and rearrange some stuff. And when I got this one, it was used. It was, an auction kind of thing. It wasn't like the full-on cost of the regular one. So I got it at a steal, but it was before I knew the difference between this one and the renewal. I wish I'd gotten the renewal. However, once I got the super parts in, which came like a month later, the super parts made the difference. So I'm happy with them. I mean, the super parts come with a stand, and the stand alone just made the difference. I also, everybody, the classic Voltron lions that have been coming out. I got the set of those. Super cool. Finally have an original Voltron styling Voltron. And just like 2 hours ago, got in the mail, got home, package was waiting for me. One of the guys online, God's Back, shout out, sold me his Holy World Dino Combiner set for a steal. And super happy with these guys. I actually used to have the Grimlock, the Sludge and Snarl, I think. But I ended up selling them, and then I got these guys all back. So I'm happy. So back to Alien Attacks El Cid. That I can't remember the last time I've been so disappointed with a figure. It was depressing. There was 4 tabs that I had to completely cut off the figure with clippers because they just didn't fit. They were notches. It was embarrassing. The engineering, the complexity of the transformation is wonderful. How they make the robot turn into the truck is nothing short of origami in plastic form. It's fantastic, but I do not understand how you can have tabs that do not slot into their tab holes. Not just 1, not 2, not 3, 4. And it pissed me off so bad. I'm sitting here an entire evening trying to transform the front of the truck together, and it's not working. It took me hours to figure out, that tab just doesn't tab. And I just had to get the whole damn thing off.
So the hardest parts of the transformation they nailed, but then just getting it to tab together, they couldn't do that part.
Yeah, and I don't get it. The plastic quality is not spectacular. It's definitely a third party, quality, but there's stuff out there that's third party that's way nicer. So I think that might have been a part of it. One of the, I think the left arm, the part that folds up onto the back of the arm that ends up being part of the front hood of the truck, completely just snapped off the arm, like with minimal force. It really, really kind of pissed me off. So basically, I was able to barely get this thing back into robot mode, and there he shall remain the rest of its existence until I die and it gets sold off.
You just gonna sell it?
In robot mode, he stands there like a pimp. Like, he's awesome. He comes with the sword, he comes with the shield. He looks great just standing there like a boss. But yeah, never.
All right,
never
so at
again.
least he displays well.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just never again shall truck mode he see. It's just, it is what it is.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
Your classic Voltron set. So what's that all about? I didn't really understand what you were talking about. Like, is it like original, or is this like a third party that looks like the original?
Oh, the one.
This is the
The one
Playmates
that's out
one,
right
right?
now.
The new one?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the one that you can
right.
buy at like Walmart or Toys R Us?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay,
It's-
okay, sorry.
Or you can
It's
buy it at
just a-
Walmart anyway.
It's just 1980s styling. I've actually seen
Okay.
them pretty much only at Target. I think maybe Toys R Us. Walmart only has the anime styling.
I've seen everyone but the Black Lion in Walmart, but I've only seen the classic Black Lion in Target.
Distribution. I don't know. But so I remember as a kid, I only had like a little 5 or 6 inch Voltron, action figure of the combined set. It didn't separate or do anything like that. And I always wanted, a G1 Voltron styling of a Voltron. And short of, trying for a knockoff Goken Voltron, this is the next step.
Nice.
And I think that's all of my get. It's been a long couple of months.
All right, Scorponok, do you want to go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead. Lately, I've been getting a lot of the MFT stuff. Still on the hook of those since I got the Shockcons way back, and got Springer and Shockwave that came in, and both came with power suits, but it was Diaclones. So,
Diaclone.
yeah, all on the Diaclone. But yeah, Spring is great. I've left him in helicopter mode. That's how I've got him displayed. Shockwave got him in gun, of course, and real great. I put him up against that Pocket Toys Defense one I bought, and just it beats it out the park. And then, of course, today I got Squawk Talk that came in only tape out and Ravage. And I was missing from the MFT Sound Blaster and Shockwave Sound Waves. So at least I've got all those tapes now till they decide to maybe tease me with more.
How are the swords on your Springer? Because on mine, one of the swords, they do not sit together remotely. They're always kind of going in different
One of mine
directions.
is like that. Yeah, one of mine is like that on the Springer too.
Yeah, mine is too.
It's like I have one good sword and one crap sword.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a common
But,
problem, it
other
sounds
than-
like. Interesting.
Yeah, definitely seems like a manufacturer problem on that. But besides that, I went ahead and pre-ordered Huge Dragon, of course. I gotta get that now, and the Seekers. Whenever Megs comes out, I'm gonna buy that one. I didn't bother pre-ordering him. So that'll be my MFT all done. Now, as for Power of the Primes, the only thing I want is Hunger, 2 Black Wings, and Ripper Snapper. I'm not happy with Power of the Primes, so I'm just getting Abominus and those, and I'm going to be getting Masters, and I'm done.
Yeah, I'm kind of going for leaders and masters and ignoring the rest, actually.
Yeah, I'm very disappointed. I mean, honestly, they should have had Horrorcons. Yes, I'm going to not let that go. And they need to do it. Maybe I'll get lucky with an con exclusives, and they'll make me happy, but I don't know.
That King Kong looks good.
Yeah, they do. But KFC's brilliant, but I'm not going to pay that kind of money for 2 figures. So
Yeah, I get it.
Other than that, I've just been getting some older things. Got animated Blitzwing, so I'm done completely now with every Blitzwing. So he's pretty little weird guy.
Yeah, I love that take on Blitzwing.
Yeah, it's definitely an original kind of look to him, and I was never a fan of the animated series. I bought all the Dinobots and planes, and I just sold them because I wasn't happy with them. But I had to get Blitz to finish it, so. And other than that, I got TFCC Scorponok, that tiny little car, which that's it. It's comical. I'm glad I paid what I paid for it because I got him dirt cheap, but I just think it's cute.
Now, wasn't that the Scamper mold that came with Metroplex?
Yeah,
I honestly don't know, yeah.
yeah, that's it.
I just saw Scorponok TFCC, don't have it, must buy. And when I got it, it was like, wait a minute, this little, it looks like a Hot Wheels car.
Oh, so were you thinking it would be like the Energon mold one with the headmaster?
Yeah, but it'd be a little bit bigger.
Because, yeah, TFCC did do a Scorponok with a headmaster, actually. It was the Energon Scorponok mold.
Alright.
In the right colors.
I never really got into TFCC until they went out of business damn near, and it was like, okay, I'll buy the cool stuff I liked, and bye-bye.
Yeah, I love that I went for the most wanted set, partially for the battle trap, and then we get an official one. Yay.
Yeah. Gotta love it, right?
So how is Dragonstorm?
Oh yeah, Dragonstorm, the only movie figure I ended up buying. Pretty good. Not, I wanted obviously from the movie more of it to be a combiner, and that's why I never bought it. But Amazon had it for $30, so I just went screw it. I bought it, and yeah, it's good. I'm happy. It looks real nice, but yeah, I wanted a bigger, more figure to combine. Not just two. So.
That's kind of what my impression was, just looking at shots. So I'll live vicariously through you on that one.
Yeah, the detail, the way it looks is actually pretty good. The only, like I said, my thing letting down was it was only two figures to combine. It should have been more. Like Infernicus was at least 5. I haven't bothered with that yet, but yeah. I figured, well, it was cheap, and my kids love dragons. I'm a Welsh dragon. I usually got a lot of dragon things, so I'm not Tim Dragon style, but that I wanted it, so for that price I had to get it.
Yeah, that's a good price for it, for sure. For 2 deluxes, that's not bad. That's what it should be.
Yeah, not $50 they were asking for. It's the same as Primus. I still want to get Primus, but $150 you can kiss my ass. I can go buy the old, what was it, Energon Armada one, and that one's $50. So.
All right, so Necro, what did you pick up?
Well, it's been a while, but I think some of the big items that I got were the OpenPlay Big Cannon, which is their Galvatron. He's MP sized, or as what kind of sold it to me was he's also sized right for the Powered Crimes leaders. So he looks real good next to Rodimus and Optimus from that line. And he's basically, it's hard to say that he's just an oversized Titan's Return Galvatron, because he's not. He takes a lot of stylings from it, but they lose the alt mode, the Starship alt mode completely. So he's just robot and then Big Cannon. One thing Counterpunch would be interested in is that this guy, when you get him, he comes shipped in a plastic baggie. It's a clear plastic baggie.
Oh, that's bullshit.
That has a little print of like his face, and it says, Big Cannon, and that's it. You open up the baggie, you pull the toy out. No boxes for you, buddy.
That's
Big Cannon
garbage.
with a big finger.
No. You know what? That happened to me once with TFCC, either Runabout or Run Muck. Can't remember which one. The white one.
Oh yeah.
and the other one came in the set, and I got it as a pre-order, and I was just like, what? I was just like, wow, really? The box, like no box? So I understand.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but so just going back to the figure itself, it's nicely built. It's pretty simplistic in transformation, and it's got a lot of nice clicks to him too. He looks good, you know. If you can put him next to your large leader Power to Primes, or if you're hurting for an MP Galvatron right now, this is a pretty cheap way to get one. It's got a really nice face sculpt too, so that might help you on that. Let's see. I also got Maketoys Galaxy Meteor, which is one of those toys I really wanted last year and just couldn't get, but went ahead and diverted some funds, picked him up about a month and a half ago, and he's also he's everything I expected. He's a damn well posable figure. Everything's pretty tight on him. Haven't run into any QC issues, but I know people are talking about something about his leg is coming off, or some I don't know, is a hip piece or whatever was breaking on him. But thankfully, I haven't encountered that. Also, running over to Marvel Legends, I was able to capitalize on Walgreens sale for the past month, where they're doing $12.99 figures. And I finally picked up the last two figures I needed for the Planet Hulk set. So I got Movie Thor and Unworthy Thor at the same Walgreens, which is really nice because it was like the second one I visited that day.
Nice.
Yeah, so that set's done. Although I did miss out on, I don't know if it was just a day or two, but the Lizard Wave had hit already. So on my various encounters at Walgreens, I saw Spider-Punk twice in two different stores, but no other figure there. So I missed out on that set. Guess I'll have to wait till some other sales come in, but it's nice completing older sets. I know Thor isn't too old, but it's old enough, and I'm almost finished my 2017 figures, so that's pretty neat. And then move on to 2018, which has just been fast and furious. Like every month, here's a new set that comes out. So
Seems like every week we're getting an
Bleeding
announcement of
dry.
new stuff.
yeah, it's pretty bad. But maybe by summer I'll try to catch up on the first half of 2018, and if they could just slow down a little bit, that'd be nice.
Like you always say, Necro, Endgame.
Endgame, yeah, exactly.
Endgame.
Endgame, you got to keep it in mind. And, like I said, Marvel Legends do go on sale. There's there's one figure per set that wants a higher price or becomes harder to find because people are gobbling them up. It's not happening right now, at least for some of the newer sets. Now, the Sasquatch wave with Deadpools and Cables and all that, I don't know. Maybe those two figures will be hard to find, but Black Panther wave, Lizard wave, I'm not sure who would be the most sought after one. So I'm just going to take my chances and get some hit up on some sales so I can afford more figures.
Well, finding a good Black Bolt is kind of hard on that one. I've seen a few where there's like some overspray with the paint in the mouth, kind of all over his face.
Which figure is that?
Black Bolt, because he's kind of doing the scream effect.
Oh, right.
So I have seen some awful Black Bolts.
I've seen the overspray on the detailing of the lightning bolt on his costume. So yeah, that's a good point. But I don't think I've ever noticed it on the mouth.
Now, the first two I found were just awful.
Yeah.
But then the third one was pretty good.
Maybe he thinks he's in that Mad Max movie.
Maybe he just watched his terrible TV show.
Oh. That would be red instead of silver.
Right.
God,
that was so bad.
So yeah, Marvel Legends, they're out. They're around There's way too many of them. But slowly I move forward. And I need to get a backdrop. There's a couple of I was thinking of mine. Like there's there's an abandoned or haunted house that I wanted to get, which wouldn't be for my Marvel Legends, but it'd be cool to have. And then there's like some like back alley city scene with a tower that looked really cool. You have like Spider-Man and some of the Marvel Knights there, like Punisher and Daredevil. But I'd like to get something like that for the Legends. That'd be neat.
I just want to get hold of a Thanos, the Walmart exclusive Legend.
Yeah.
I saw a whole ton of those the other day at Walmart. Like a whole shelf of them.
Yeah, here's the weird thing. I also encountered them. There are 5 out of 6 when I got there, so I picked up one for myself. And also that I've seen too has some overspray issues with the silver on his legs. There's that little middle stripe there. So if you're going to pick them up, just make sure you're looking at that middle stripe to see if there's any overspray. But the weird thing is, like people are finding him, but then they're selling out. And I'm not sure if that's going to be all over the place. I know one of our local guys picked up all 6 when he saw them, but he was doing it to part them out to other people. So, it was like, no, scalping, pardon. He's good about that. But
he's being a bro, not a scalper.
Yeah, trust me, Maz knows. The dude's being a big bro here. And, but yeah, like I think it was like 2 or 3 days later, I went back to the Walmart where I picked mine up, and the other 4 were gone. So, I mean, my advice is pick this one up when you see him. Don't wait. Just pick him up. I haven't seen him on the website yet, but hopefully, he'll be there shortly in case you can't find him. But I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a damn good figure.
Found online was $33 shipped. So it was like, well, I just want one for my kids to play with. And there was a guy in chat. I had talked to him, and he said that he was probably going to hold one for me, but I haven't spoke to him since yet. So I don't know if I got one or not. But I mean, it's just me and kids play. I ain't trying to scalp or hold on,
Yeah.
Well, the bad guy in our group, I know he was picking up some for a handful of people.
That was it. I just didn't want to say the name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he was at a con this weekend, so he's busy.
Okay, he did tell me about that. That's why I'm like, he did say he had one left, and it was mine. So it was like, all right, I'm hoping. I was like, look, I'm not a collector. My kids are gonna open it and destroy it. I just need one.
Little monsters.
Yeah. Whee!
Little adorable monsters.
They got different monsters for those 3 little.
Bleep.
Yeah. Like monster is the appropriate
pro-social term.
Social term. Yeah, without us bleeping things, so that's fine.
Well, I mean, they're good kids overall. We're about to go on vacation. I'm going to be up in Atlanta come Thursday, so I've been working my ass off the last 3 weeks. I'm going to have a day off every weekend, but we're going to have a good time.
Cool. Okay, so finishing up my gets. Takara Legends. Getting all the Legends. Most recent wave from February came in last week. I haven't had time to open them or the wave before that, which was with the Overlord. But I do have them. And also have MP Target Master Hot Rodimus, who I've not opened. And
Hot Rodimus.
That's right. And as we alluded to earlier in the podcast, I have MP Sunstreaker, who I only opened earlier today because I was like, man, I want to be able to talk about him and, like how he transforms, how he feels and all that. And I can't because I've been lazy and haven't opened them. So, thankfully I felt the urge to go ahead and do that earlier. And I have a pain to transform, although it's my first time doing it. But there's a lot of little nooks and crannies on them just because they do so much with that figure that previous MP bots didn't need. One of the main things is simply having the choice of either in alt mode you can have his cartoon version or that like super Contoc or whatever that they call it, or you could have like the regular Contoc that looks like Sideswipe. So the amount of engineering they added to this figure just to do something like that is pretty incredible.
I was really surprised when I got mine, and I saw the reviews, but I was really surprised at how good that does that. Yeah, it does it very well. I mean, everything. It tidies up like crazy. He doesn't explode like Bad Cube does to transform, but there's so much in this one figure. It's insane, man. They definitely put their best resources into making this. And something else I noticed too is he's got, sure he's got posability, but what they added on here is that like that front swivel for his shoulders. So he gets even more posing out of that. I like that. And his fists are new too. It's like a kind of different styling they have on this guy. And the way that you have, like, even though it's just the one hinge for the four fingers and then another hinge for the thumbs, it seems to work a lot better than previous attempts. So they don't always have that, one claspy looking hand that, either opens and looks goofy or, he's got a closed fist. I don't know. It adds more dimension to it when you want to pose him and, give him into different shots.
Yeah, it looks like he's about to. It literally looks like he's using his thumb, like on the trigger.
Yeah,
on each hand too, and that really looks nice, in my opinion.
Right, and again, simple. It's two swivels, and it's not like the full articulation that a lot of the larger bots have. They did a good job of this. I don't know. It's fun. It's I also like his little tubey fingers too. They're not just rectangles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they captured the goodness of the cartoon in this figure. It really shows. So I'm very happy with him. Other than that, that's all I think I can talk about for this evening.
Sounds cool. I should really open mine someday.
They should call in 6 months.
Counterpunch opened his before you.
He did.
I know. I'm surprised. I'm so surprised.
Sad day.
It's a sad day.
Yeah, a lot of export order is still sitting on my kitchen table unopened, along with all the Figuarts Last Jedi stuff.
I don't know how you guys don't just tear in. Besides Counterpunch, I don't know how you guys don't tear into stuff when you get it. Nothing stays in box in my house for like more than 20 minutes, and that's because I got home before and I got groceries to put up.
Well, I teared into Chogoka and Minerva X immediately, and then I got distracted. Did I mention needing Adderall if I was going to do that Lepin set?
Oh, there you go. For me, it's distraction. It's just wandering about doing other things, and it's also like, where am I going to put it once it's opened? At least in the box, like, it's safe, it's contained, it's put away. And trust me, I think it was last year or the year before, I started making an effort to open up my new figures when I got them, just to make sure there are no issues with them, so I don't wait like half a year and then find out that something's missing. But I've just kind of lost track of things lately, and I'm not keeping up. So that, a couple of different reasons there why they don't just immediately get opened. I'd like to, especially just to be able to have the hands-on interaction with them, but I haven't lately.
For shame.
I know, I'm a shameful collector. Very shameful.
All right, so Counterpunch, tell us about what you've opened.
Everything I got in my Gets for Loose, so pretty much all I got from I finally got my you were saying Christmas brand, but This Sunstreaker was actually my birthday present from July, which was pre-ordered in May.
That
Sounds
sounds
like-
crazy when you say it like that.
Yeah, I know. It was a really long wait, but you know what? It was really worth it. And you know what? I have to agree with Necker on the transformation. I was reading the instructions, and then I kind of had to stop and then watch the video because I was getting confused at a couple of points. But you know what? Because I thought the wheels and the feet were supposed to go like sideways or whatever, and then I got it out and it wasn't really working too well. So I watched the video. I watched the whole transformation. And hiding stuff, really cool. Making it tight, really cool. Like the sides of the windows, they're going inside the feet, or on the leg, they tab inwards, and the tire beneath the foot. There's a couple of other ones, but I just can't think of them off the top of my head. Even the backpack from the back, just going into on the back there. It ties in really well. It looks awesome. It's one of my favorite Transformers ever. And now I need to get a side swipe that's not G2.
If I could jump in for a second, when you're talking about the backpack, that really tripped me out because that's like one of the last pieces you transform. And I'm sitting here and going, okay, this looks a little too unruly here. What are y'all doing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, no, there's 4 more steps you need to do to get it finished. I'm like, oh, this is nice. Oh, look, it's tidying up. I mean, it doesn't completely. It collapses. But there's still a noticeable backpack, but it's not as bad as when you're first getting into it. It does really well. But the instructions here, you're right. The instructions, because neither of us read Japanese. You don't quite get what the intention is for the each step, because
exactly
points to it. They try their best to show what piece is about to move and what angle you're supposed to move it at, but there are certain things that they're trying to tell you in the text, and you just don't get it that way. So I just fumbled with it and made it through without a video, but I mean that would have helped me. But yeah, there's just a lot of really cool pieces on this. Again, they use their best resources to get this design in and to do everything that it can do.
Mm-hmm. Just very happy with its mold in general. So I also got, within that box that Maz sent me, I also got a G1 Grand Slam and Rain Dance. So what does everyone call it? Slam Dance, but I like to call it, what is it? Rain, Grand Rain.
Exactly.
I like to call him Grand Rain.
Roll off your tongue there.
Don't care. Grand Rain. I didn't have my notes in front of me. He's kind of cool. I want the other one now that I have it. And I think I'm only missing one of the guns. So really excited to finish it. And then last that was in there was a bunch of Street Fighter G.I. Joes. And now I really want to collect that line and find them at, discount stores and stuff like that. I just want them loose. Just want them loose because, out of the box is the best now. And, I'm really excited to collect all those. And then the last thing I got was last weekend, and this was on a ridiculous whim. It was serious, the most impulse I've ever impulse buy. So I went to Toys R Us to see if there was Wave 2 stuff, and there's no Wave 2 stuff in Canada yet. So they had a deal on, the winter deal for Toys R Us. Buy $50 or more and get $20 off, or 10% off of anything, or whatever, right? So Rodimus is $59.99 in Canada, so not too bad. All right, you'll go buy a liter. And then I forgot my phone in the car, so I went and grabbed my phone, and then they didn't accept the barcode. I had to literally go print it off, and then I was like, oh, come on, can you print it off for me? And then they're like, no. I was like, oh, fuck, okay. So,
because
literally,
Toys R Us needs more barriers from customers buying things.
And you know what? I almost said that. I almost said that, but you know what? I was like, I'm gonna hold my tongue today, so I didn't. But anyways, like literally as I was leaving, there's 3 SNES classics sitting on the end of a shelf, like as you're leaving, and I was like, these are for sale, or are these the boxes? And they're like, no, these are for sale. I was like, yeah, I'll take one. And it's awesome. I love it. I have an SNES at home at my stored at my parents' house. But you know what? With the TVs that we have these days, you know, I don't have the adapter for it, and it's probably like $50 or $60 for Pete's sakes. I don't really know. I'm gonna have to track it down if I really wanted to play it. But I don't have, you know, half of the games that I had on the SNES that's on there. And you know, it's really convenient. I just had my week off. This is my first day back, and I've just been playing Final Fantasy 3 all week. It was great.
Star Fox.
I'll get there eventually. I played some Street Fighter 2, played some Donkey Kong. I'm like halfway through Super Mario World. Yeah.
Are you getting ready for the Easter egg hunt?
What do you mean?
Now I got beat every time
Come
I
on,
said.
nobody got that. Come on, Maz.
I got no clue.
Ready
dude.
Player One.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
Player One. Keep playing all the. Oh my God! Straight out of
I'm
Ready
really
Player
excited
One.
to see it because
All the
I have
games.
no idea what that's about. I actually have no idea.
You need to go and read that book like tomorrow.
It's a book?
Yes, and it's about to be a movie, and it's going
All
to
right,
be amazing.
cool.
Even if
All
they
right,
screw
cool. I'll
it
read
up,
the book.
it'll be amazing.
Just make sure you bring out your member berries
Oh yes, you're gonna member hard.
real hard.
All right, I'll keep that in mind.
And listen to some Rush
Yeah.
music beforehand.
Rush?
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. I love Rush. Clearly,
she
she's
could-
Canadian.
Canadian.
Yeah, of course I am. Everybody loves Rush in Canada.
It should be your
How have you
national.
not read Ready Player One?
Lately.
I don't know.
It was in a loot crate. That's how I came across it. I really had no clue until then. So looked it up. People said good things about it. I think I read it like in 2 days. Thought it was awesome.
All right, cool.
And then you got the
I'll
rest
take
of
a
us
look.
involved.
I'll take a look.
Well, I think it was Soundwave's enthusiasm that was more infectious. But yeah, I know he's got his tickets ordered. He's taking the day off. He's going to make a day of it with him and his kids.
Oh, that's awesome. And this is tomorrow?
No, I think it comes out on the 29th.
Oh, okay.
But you just need to read the book tomorrow, so that way you can
I
understand
have
what
to
we're all
read the book tomorrow. Okay. Let me just add that to my list of unending things.
It's a quick
And you
read.
go to the top.
Unless you're me.
Yeah, I do read quite slow.
No, it's one of those books like you want to stop, like you tear through it pretty fast.
Yeah?
So-
Is it like
so-
tear it through like World War Z, tear it through?
I don't know.
Oh, you've never read that book? Awesome.
My
not
wife
making
said
a
good
movie out
things
of it.
about the book.
No, the book is ridiculously good. Like the movie does not do any justice at all.
Yeah, I
Like
don't know.
period.
Wait, are you talking about World War Z?
Oh, screw off. That's how we pronounce.
Yes, I read that book before the movie, and yes, I loved it, and yes, the movie was a giant disappointment, and has nothing to do with the book.
No,
World War
it's not.
Z, though, I've never heard of that one.
It's the correct way.
Ha ha. Okay, but anyways, what I was referring to was, is it like a kind of tear through book like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll go take a look within the week. It won't be tomorrow. I'm sorry, buddy.
All right, well, Counterpunch, I want to ask, the Dead or Alive figures, are they being a little harem for Bison? Are they getting in fights? What's happening?
You know what, man? Like, I'm sorry. Like, they're hidden.
They're hidden.
I don't want anyone to know I have those in my collection. It's like, what are these?
Wait,
It would-
come on. Spill. What you got?
Oh no, Matt just sent me a couple. You just sent me a couple Dead or Alive figures,
Okay.
like you know, the Asian girls with big titties.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, those are hidden.
Matt, are these older releases?
Yeah, some trading figures I bought, like, probably 10 years ago.
One of them
Okay.
has like 10 hand combinations. You have so many hands in that bag. Like, I'm not even kidding. There's one. There's like a yatta, and like a thumbs up, and like all these different hand combinations. There's like 50 of them.
It was
Bag
like
of
a
hands.
Kobukiya set from like I think over 10 years ago.
Okay, cool.
But I bought a box on a whim from Play Asia way back when.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I had a couple bins that my parents brought to me from Missouri of just random toys they had sitting in boxes in their basement. And so came across those, and I thought, well, I was sending Counterpunch the G.I. Joe Street Fighter figures. These were about the same size, so I thought that'd be kind of amusing. Also, I was wondering if Steph was going to call me a hentai and bash him about the head, too. I knew I was taking a risk on that.
No. she now, the thing is, you got to realize, like, she has a very particular view of what it is. So they're just like, it's stupid anime stuff. Like, what do you have that for? But, whatever. But thank you for sending them. I'm sorry.
Well, they were going to be put to no use, so I thought I could round out the G.I. Joes, possibly. So.
Oh, yeah, and you got me a couple G.I. Joe Mortal Kombat characters, too.
Oh, yeah, threw in that.
Johnny Cage, and who's the one with the four arms again?
Goro,
yes. Yes, Goro. And yeah, they all just sit there, really cool. And a bunch of weapons, which is awesome. So yeah, thank you very much. Now I'm gonna hunt all of them.
God, that line made no sense. It was fun though.
No. Yep. So anyways, yeah, that's what I got. Not a lot, but all very quality things.
Alright, well, speaking of Hasbro losing their mind in the 90s, most notable thing I probably picked up was the Takara Legends G2 Megatron. Just a wonderful vision in purple and aqua. And it feels like so much better in hand than the Hasbro one. So I was taking pictures of my light box, and at some angles you could like see through the plastic on the Hasbro one. And I'm like, oh, what a piece of crap. But anyway, it sticks together much better. My wings don't fall off all the time on the Takara one when they just pop off.
Is it heavier?
I'm not sure if it's heavier. Just it feels just a little more solid, a little more stiff.
Okay. Yeah, I love the colors.
The colors are gorgeous.
And like I have the G1 version of that. It is very nice. I love those colors. Very spot on for the G2 version.
So yeah, I took pictures with the arm cannon on his arm, but on my shelf it's got the cannons over the shoulder. So, but yeah, it just kind of makes me really sad that the Takara Legends are on their way out. So I'm having a lot of mourning over that.
I know, it's really unfortunate. Like, I understand that on one hand, you finally you're not double dipping, but like we have a lot of ones that we can point to and say Takara did a much better mold. Blur, easy example. This Megatron. Even the clones.
Yeah,
I really not checked out the. What was that?
Takara's version of Titan Returns with the Legends was just way better quality, better colors, more detail. You got Target Masters. I mean, they blew Hasbro out the water with that line.
Yeah, and I also got the Overlord, so I like the little color tweaks on that. And the two faces is a nice touch. So it's kind of nice that you could have an Overlord that could be Master Force version, or you could go with a more feminine head and could go on an IDW shelf pretty well.
Oh, okay. So which one looks like the IDW version?
I think the Mega head, kind of more feminine face, looks more like the IDW Overlord.
And that's also like true in Master Force, right? Isn't one of them a female?
Yeah,
or their pretender is a female? Mega is? Okay. Well, that's really well done.
So just a nice little bonus. And I love that thing had ankle tilts. I'm not used to big figures being able to tilt their ankles. So if you have them in an A stance most of the time, they're kind of on the inner part of their feet, kind of balancing on that. But no, actually being able to have his feet on the ground, flat, Just little things like that can amaze me. I also finally opened and built the Diaclone Gyrosepter sets. This is kind of an accessory kit for the Diaclone powered suits. So it can be its own... so this kind of forms like a jetpack for the powered suits, or it can be its own individual flying vehicle. It has some Gatling guns, has some small swords that can be used by the powered suits.
I liked your Gatling gun on that one guy. That was really cool.
Yeah, I like those. See, I think the E-Type looks pretty badass now, actually having some equipment. That's the one that came with Big Powered, but it's going to have its own separate release in a couple months. So, I also have a couple kits of the Dirt Loader, and I'm looking forward to putting those together, and I've seen some crazy combinations that some fans have put together.
I need pictures of those combos.
I'll send you some pictures. So, Bran, you broke and ordered these two?
Yeah.
So you're ordering Japanese stuff from a Japanese site. I'm proud of you, man.
And the process was really weird. Like, I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
It'll be fine. Okay, and on Friday night, I decided to one-up Counterpunch's impulse purchase with a Super NES Classic. eBay was running a 20% off coupon. I know some other people made some purchases that evening as well. So on Newegg, their eBay store, they tend to do some console bundles with a few games, usually for the same price as the console would be on its own, or even a little bit less. So I went and got a PS4, because I was just kind of missing my crazy Japanese games.
And what games did you get with it?
It came with Star Wars Battlefront 2, Warriors
Nice.
All-Stars.
That's a good game. Okay.
Also came with Mass Effect Andromeda, but I already played through that on Xbox One.
Oh, cool.
And I've already ordered the last Super Robot Wars games that came out from Play Asia, and went and pre-ordered the new one coming out in a couple months. Because I've been missing that series kind of desperately.
So 4 games plus the PS4.
Like, this came with 3 games, and I've ordered 2 so far.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, so I mean, with the coupon, that was $240. No tax, no shipping. So, can't complain.
No, not at all.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And maybe I'll go for Street Fighter V also, since that's
Yeah.
a game on Xbox.
You need
I
to
was
get the
about to
VR
say,
bundle.
I got that Street Fighter 5 plus that Marvel vs. Capcom Infinity Stone one. And they're great fucking games, man.
Get the VR system.
Now,
VR chat.
VR
chat.
I'm on.
The internet is for porn.
You
Yeah,
go hang out
well-
with you, Gan and Knuckles.
By the way, has anyone else seen Avenue Q, or am I the only one?
I have.
I have no know what that is.
No clue.
It is a great play.
It's basically an R-rated Sesame Street.
Oh.
So star of the main
Well,
character.
Sesame Street isn't X-rated. I don't care.
Well, like, starting off, the main character's trying to find a place to rent, and can't afford Avenue A, and just keeps going to Avenue Q, and that's where he can afford the neighborhood. But yeah, it's like Muppets, there's totally human characters, there's puppets, and bad things happen.
They make a lot of it's like literally if you took like a very tropical, episode of Sesame Street or the Muppets, combine them and made it dirty. It's hilarious.
So dirty.
It is very good. I saw that when I was in high school.
But yeah, there's one song where one of the monsters is singing that the internet is for porn, and another character is arguing about all the wonderful educational stuff it could be used. And it turns out everyone in the neighborhood uses the internet for porn. Great song.
Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street?
Alright, let's get into the news. I was going to go for the big one. I don't think we have any updates on this at the moment. but Toys R Us is dying before us.
Dying.
Sad day. Well, it's been a sad time. It's a sad time.
It's on hospice.
They only got themselves to blame.
Hey, you know, to be honest, I can't remember the last time I found a figure at Toys R Us. Like, it's been more and more rare the last couple of years.
It's not the Toys R Us you remember when you were a kid, man. I mean, it's this tiny little place that has nothing, old stuff, at least in my experience. As a kid, they had everything. It was fantastic. We had KB when I first moved to this country for a couple of years, and then we were gone. And then, we had our own big ones in the UK, but, I mean, they would just disappear. And the Theo Schwartz was another damn one on iDrive when I first moved here. And now it's just online, man. You want it, just buy it online. Unfortunately, it sucks.
Yeah, Target and Walmart, their business model, I think, you know, I don't know. Toys R Us just hasn't been doing it lately.
Well, another video game section has gone to crap for the last several years. When I remember back in the day, that's the only place you could find a lot of games. I have very fond memories of grabbing the little paper slip out of the little plastic sleeve, taking it up front to actually get a game.
I remember doing that too.
And yeah, they'd always have demo units up. Like the only place I even saw a Virtual Boy, I remember, was in a Toys R Us.
Was it like a real boy, but virtually?
It was like a real boy that would make you see red for hours afterwards, but it was still cool at the time.
Sounds like my VR system I just got for my PS4.
Oh, that was good.
That's not a great recommendation for the VR set, dude.
Well, you know, I boiled it down to, you know, it comes Skyrim, that's the only game I have, and your normal right joystick look around motion, it jerks about 30 degrees each time. So if you don't actually turn your head and then go forward and you do the jerky mode, that does it. So once I figured that out, I was like, oh, okay.
Just like the internet, the VR console or headset is made for porn.
And I'm ready for player one.
Wait till you can hook a flashlight to it.
God. Oh,
I'm sure
God.
it's play tested right now somewhere. Somebody's like, oh, yeah.
Oh, I bet. And you can even pick out which one it is, or who it is, I should say. Who it is.
Well, I mean, there totally is VR porn.
Just for you, CP, we're gonna choose Justin Trudeau. Just for you.
But which outfit is the question?
Oh my.
In his recent Indian fiasco.
Well, dude, I will take your Canadian fiascos versus what we get.
I understand, but
yeah.
like, man, this guy's a goof.
He is a goof.
I had so much hope for the guy. I even voted Liberal in that election. Like, you know.
Counterpunch, do you have any idea what's going on in American politics right now?
Oh yeah.
Then you have nothing to complain about.
Man, you guys have fucking DACA. You guys have NAFTA. You guys have what's the other one? You know, even his scandal with Stormy Daniels.
We have ESPN. There you go.
Oh, and net neutrality.
Oh yeah, net neutrality. That's rough.
You know what? Yeah, you're right, Bran. I really have nothing to complain about. I just hang out commies all day.
Enjoy the ride.
I'll take a dress-up game. I mean, it'd be great to have that for controversy.
But I have to silence my language. I can't say certain things to certain people now.
Well, suckle on the glorious rivers of free-flowing maple syrup and enjoy your life.
Okay.
It's good maple syrup too.
You've tried it now?
Oh yeah, totally.
I know your wife has, but I don't know if you were allowed.
She did share.
I thought I said that
she's
was
very
for your
giving.
wife. Okay, good.
What?
Okay, so For anybody who doesn't know, for Maz, him and I do this trading thing all the time. So I owed him some money. So he wanted some maple syrup for his wife. Because it's a childhood experience she had bringing home maple syrup.
Her father was a
Canada.
TWA pilot, so he always brought home cool stuff. So yeah, fond
So I
memories.
bought the best and very best. Even in one in a glass container.
Yeah, got the high grade
So with that,
maple syrup.
Have you
With
tried
that-
both?
I think just the glass one. Just went straight for the glass one.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead, Necro. I keep cutting you off.
No, it's all right. So what I do is when I take one of those previous statements, tie it back to the news with Toys R Us, and go, you know who else brought in cool stuff from overseas? Toys R Us did. They're bringing in figure parts and various other, like, Bandai and Tamashi figures. And they had a nice little section for that. It's only been, like, maybe 2 years, but that was really impressive. They tried to reach out a little bit more with the collector's market, especially adding stuff like the Nika products and all. So, I don't know. Generally speaking, it's just going to be sad when the day comes and they're not around.
'Cause, yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know
you guys
anywhere
have
else
a-
to get a Nika figure at besides Toys R Us.
Really? Not even, like, no other place have them?
And nowhere that I know. I mean, Hastings used to have them, because Nika used to own Hastings, actually. I think all those have closed down. They were hard to find anyway.
Right. Yeah, like, even here. Go ahead.
There might be specialty shops, but those are kind of few and far between. Maybe like a GameStop or something like that. But they're not going to carry a full line of stuff. So at least with Toys R Us, it was a better chance to go find a broader scope of line.
Yeah, like, you have comic book stores and the small shops, downtown, but yeah, they'll have like a few wave 1, a few wave 2. They won't have everything like you just said. But you know what, even here, like, I know Canada's not doing as bad, but I know that Canada gave the US a lot of money. So I don't really know what's in store for Toys R Us here, but honestly, that brings it down to the places that I just talked about, like my local comic book stores and Walmart. And you know what? Walmart has an okay selection. It doesn't have the best. So, like, now I'm forced to, like, look online or to go through secondary markets.
So yeah, I mean, it's
All
one
right.
less distribution channel, and yeah, for the specialty stuff, Walmart and Target, there's not much luck with those.
Exactly.
Yep.
And, we've been, at least from what I've been paying attention to, like Hasbro and even Mattel, I don't know about how much about Lego, but I know they're really worried.
And yeah, I didn't check the full article, but something was saying that Hasbro's stock price dropped 2% last week when it was announced that Toys R Us was having the hearings this Monday.
Awful.
Yeah, and going back on what you just said, CP, Mattel and Hasbro both, aligned with Toys R Us to offer exclusives. I'm not sure. I'm sure Lego did, but I'm just not up to date on what they might be. But I mean, Hasbro's been doing exclusive with Marvel Legends, some Transformers like the aforementioned overpriced Primus figure. So it's just that's their business partner.
Yeah. And you know what? Even here in Canada, Siege on Cybertron was exclusive here in Canada through Toys R Us.
Yeah.
Even though it says, BTS on the box, Toys R Us did get right to sell it. Kind of like, EB Games and selling the Walgreens, I guess. The clones.
Right. So, it's a big deal if something like this goes away. As not just, our nostalgia.
I remember when we lost KB Toys. That was depressing.
What do you think? Here, you know what I think is something that we can all discuss? Like, what can Toys R Us do? Just, like, save their ass right now. Like, honestly, I think that's a really important question that we need to We need to ask.
$5 billion out there, but
It feels like there's no. I mean, of course, there's no simple solution, but I think even if you compound various solutions together, I think they're just still too much in the hole to really come back. They probably need to downsize their stores. I don't know, look at some of the items that don't sell very well or they don't make a good profit off of and nix those. But I mean, all that's going to cost extra money that they don't have. So I don't know.
I mean, the Toys R Us I go to most often is just this tiny one in a mall that's actually pretty great. So I was in there this week, and they had the Sasquatch wave. Last week they had the Infinity War wave. When I go to the actual big box one, that's actually farther away for me, it is a crapshoot if I'll find anything at all.
I have the same luck. There are two Toys R Us's here, and the one closest to my house is actually the worst. It's the one that's farther away. Like, that's where I found the SNES classics.
But yeah, like the massive one, I never find anything. I mean, half the store is Babies R Us also. And yeah, I'll walk through that section on the way to the restroom. There's like one person there usually, while all the shoppers are on the toy side, in my experience.
That should be something that they should really get rid of. Like, maybe just focus on like kids' toys and not just, from like babies all the way up.
Well, it's how
Like
they
I
started,
said-
actually. I mean, it was a baby store
Well, yeah,
first.
I for sure.
But yeah, I don't think that's really the market they need to go for.
No. And you know what? You want to know why? Like, there's a lot of that for some reason, like the baby section and like all that stuff, other than like baby clothes at Walmart and stuff like that. But like all those go to specialty stores for some reason. You have a lot of specialty order, like, buggies for the kids and stuff like that. And like, they don't need to get in on that market.
Exactly, as a niche market, I mean, I honestly think that Toys R Us just needs to get back to what made them great in the beginning. It was more of an experience going to Toys R Us. I mean, you could go there for an hour or two easily and just play around. You got to play demos on things. They had great selections of everything. I mean, it wasn't just so old stuff as you've seen for years just sitting on a shelf. And I mean, at least the ones in my area, I mean, it used to be a great experience, and I think they got away from that.
Yeah, like even when I was a kid, I played Pokemon tournaments at Toys R Us. There were things that there were events that they held and drew customers in and stuff like that. And like, wow, like why don't you do that? Like, that's just nuts. That's just stupid that you don't do that. Take into account what kids play in your local area and then do things to bring them together and then get their parent to buy your product. Like, wow, that's such a bad idea, guys.
Well, they used to do like a little mini Lego build for some events. They've not done that for years.
Yeah, exactly.
And that'd always get me in the store. I would, build a little 17-piece little kit, and then I'd go buy something else, just having this good feeling about the place. But no, they've not done an event like that for years, as far as I know. Not at my
and
local
yet you
one.
see things like that at amusement parks. You know what I mean? Like, I remember as a kid going to this place. I would call, like, it's not even like this Canadian C&E or Ontario place or whatever. It's like not special. But anyways, they had like a Lego store in like one of the floors, and then for a couple weeks out of the summer, they would hold events like, how tall can you build this freaking tower, and things like that, and then bring in like so many people, and then they would go to Lego store, and then there would be all these things for you to do there. You know what I mean? And I remember as a kid, they had all this kind of stuff. Toys R Us was the place to go. It had all the good toys. It was Walmart and Target, Zellers in Canada, a few other places that all had the crap garbage. Every time you go there, it's the same. But now Toys R Us has turned into that.
Well, in Toys R Us, they used to be really good about clearancing things to clear out shelves for new stock. Because I know there's a ton of Toy Biz figures I have when they had the Marvel and Capcom licenses. So there's a ton of those I bought, I know, on clearance, just kind of on a whim, when they're clearing out stock for new merchandise. So I would go there
Yeah.
pretty often just to check what was in the clearance basket. And
Oh
usually
yeah, and
end
like
up
you
buying
never
something
see
else.
that. You know what you see there? You're the Monkey Optimus Prime for $89. That's on clearance.
But yeah, like when was the last time you got a good deal in a Toys R Us?
Never.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I got a Transformer figure at Toys R Us.
The last big one that I got was the Trypticon and the only actually, you know what, that was a really good deal. Buy 2 get 1 free, and 3 of us split the cost. So the highest I think I ever got a discount was 33%.
Well, that might be part of the problem. They're out of business.
Well, the
Oh yeah, I
Canadian
got a
one had
scam
nice
running with
deals like that.
Trypticons. I got a scam running with Trypticons.
But they've had that before, though. I remember me and a buddy saw that same deal at our store, and we were joking about getting 3 AT-ATs. Those are like 120 apiece. So,
Yeah,
you know.
it's a good deal, right? If you got 3 people to get in on that, which is awesome.
Yeah.
You know, even if you
Or
got
were
per
just
person, hey, you want to make a couple bucks?
Yeah.
I was thinking more about maybe not necessarily Tim, but if you wanted to make a couple bucks, get another buddy, and then you can maybe sell it for what you paid for. You get 1 for free, something like that, right? But anyway,
Well, I mean, Canadian
Yeah,
Toys
that-
R Us is doing better, right? And they tend to do more sales like that. Because I know the Canadian guys
That's
in our
true.
room will talk about, here's this deal at Toys R Us Canada.
yeah, and I think it does go back to the fact that it's almost exclusive, other than Walmart. You know what I mean? Like there's not a lot of toy stores in Canada, or stores that sell toys. Like you guys have a Walgreens, sure, okay, we've got like a Shoppers or a Rexall or anything like that as an equivalent, and like man, they don't sell toys there. They don't. We don't have a Target anymore. So I would definitely understand, like, yeah, Toys R Us doing better than America, but I don't see it doing super better. Like, Australia is suffering. UK is obviously suffering. A lot of Western countries are suffering.
Well, I always say it all the time that kids are playing with a tablet and not anything involving any motor coordination. And a lot of rescue bots, I mean, those were designed for key motor skills. Like, parents should have bought the crap out of those.
Like the one in the back and do stuff like that and stuff like that. Wow, that was awful.
What?
Never mind.
I was just going to say the parents probably don't know to go buy those figures because the kids are watching a cartoon and there's no commercial in between to tell you to go buy them. Damn
Sure.
you. Regulations. Damn you to hell.
Yeah, I bought quite a few of those rescue bots for the kids.
Oh, yeah, I bought a couple just for the hell of it. And yeah, the Optimus Rescue Bot I liked a lot.
I wouldn't go that far. I didn't buy a Prime, but I did buy the Dino bots, and
But yeah, like the Rescue Bots, Optimus, I had it carrying the Carnage Axe from War for Cybertron.
that's interesting.
So, I mean, still had decent 5mm ports on it, so... Cute little retro adorable Optimus Prime.
Do you think maybe one of the issues is like the scale of like what Toys R Us can do? Like the fact it's trying to reach so far. Like, I don't know, like when I go there now, I see the same, 10 major licenses of brands, and you see like 5 or 6 products and that's it. And yet there's a lot more that they really bring out. So, maybe drop some or maybe keep up with, what you see your store selling. Because, like, obviously you can look at that kind of stuff through inventory. You can see trends and stuff like that. So, like, I don't know. I think maybe it should be more about focus.
Well, this will go for any store, but if Toys R Us did this, they would get more business. But if I could just say, I want these figures out of this wave. So out of this case, you have 3 that are a guaranteed purchase. Just to kind of know maybe a little better what they could do like for sure ordering, and then they do some ordering for what they think they'll sell just on a whim. But no, I'd love to stop in Toys R Us once a month and pick up my box of stuff I pre-ordered.
I don't know. I feel like Toys R Us probably treats themselves how like Walmart and Target treats themselves. We get what we get. And if it's there when you come, it's there when you go. And just, I don't know. It'd be nice to expect more from a store like that, but like Hasbro says, they cater to the kids because collectors are such a small percentage of the population. So I don't think a store that catered to guys like us would do very well, unless they're an online presence like some of the online retailers that we use.
Okay, but then you know what? I think there was somebody in the group today that made a comment about a full system that would cater to both people such as us and the people that you were just talking about, the people that will just randomly go buy something.
Yeah, it's called Amazon.
No, but I mean, like Toys R Us should have, like, because they have, very, like, if Hasbro is upset with Toys R Us, then why doesn't Hasbro give more for Toys R Us? Like, why does Toys R Us have to say, or toe the same line as Walmart, we get what we get? Because really, that's not any fault of their own. They only have so much to distribute, right? So, maybe Hasbro should be doing a little bit more. But that's not really the point. The point is what I'm saying is, in order to fulfill something like that, like being able to order online to be able to pick up a Toys R Us, I shouldn't have to look through, weeks and weeks of, hoping that I just get a Wave 4 figure. It should just be there.
Well, I think
they should be able to anticipate us.
For companies like Hasbro, Mattel, Playmates, all of them, Toys R Us is like, maybe 5% of the retail base. Walmart, Target, all these other big box chain stores are so much more plentiful. The bulk of Hasbro sales are going there. So Hasbro, I mean, they probably don't really care about Toys R Us. It's such a small part of their outgoing product. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. Just tearing up a little.
I don't know.
Well, the Toys R Us of old has been dead for a while.
That's true.
Yeah, it really has. I mean, yeah, I found my Triptychon at Toys R Us. That's the only place I've seen it outside of a comic store. But other than that, maybe some of the first wave Last Night figures, which some of those sons of bitches are still on the shelf. I don't find anything at Toys R Us anymore. They do better at Walmart and Target. And I mean, realistically, how much gas would we all save versus the cost of shipping if we just ordered from online retailers, pre-ordering? I mean, would it be cheaper? Would it be the same? It would just be without the fun of the hunt.
No, it would be much more for me too.
Well, yeah,
again,
but
you guys
Canada,
can order from the U.S. Yeah, you're in Canada. That's not a fair assessment.
It costs $50 walking across border, apparently.
You're such an American there, Bran. Only thinking of yourselves.
Don't be jealous. There's more people in my state than in your country.
Oh, I know. I realize that.
All right. Well, CNN, they reported that when the news about the hearing and possibly liquidating all the stores came out, Hasbro shares dropped 3.5% by Friday morning. Mattel dropped 7%, and Jakks Pacific dropped 5%. Sorry, and then Spin Master dropped 3%.
Stock market. That's somebody farts and the chaos theory leads to a company going under because of it. Like I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think too much.
Toys R Us accounts
stock
for nearly 10% of the company's overall sales.
Oh, there you go, 10%. That was close.
That is significant though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if it does leave, okay, yeah, they can still do well, but it's just like that's a large chunk that then they have to all of a sudden make up for in 1 year. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, maybe
a
they'll
big
get
number.
more product out to the Walmarts and the Targets of the world.
Mhm.
It'd be nice.
And see, that sounds like a good idea too, because I was thinking the same thing. Like, the avenues, you'd have less avenues to go through, but you'd fill more of what you're actually going out. But I mean, if you've seen some Walmarts, dude, they don't stock very well.
I know, yeah.
And good luck asking anybody if they can check the back.
Yeah. And you know what?
Oh my god.
It's a little different. It's not just like checking the back. I mean, sometimes there are like these pallets that you'd have to open it up and then still go searching. It's not like it's right there. So
Yeah, it's not organized at all.
Right.
It's just on trays. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, on a big pallet, right? And then just and wrapped up, and you don't really know what's there. So,
unless you have a DPCI number at Target.
Well, yeah, that's Target. They're a little different.
Yeah,
and
Target
then,
at least, those guys at least go look for it.
But then you got to worry. Well, you got to worry about if they will or won't, because sometimes you run into the folks that won't.
Yeah, there's some luck of the draw.
And sometimes there are people who have been abused by collectors or whatever you want to call them. Like, oh, well, you should go find this for me, blah, blah, blah.
Those Hot Wheel collecting assholes.
Yeah. And, well, there are folks in our fandom that do it too. So, it's just unfortunate, but, people can't treat each other nicely, and everyone suffers. So while that sounds like a good idea, like, well, okay, cool, you'd have less distribution points, so they would just pick up the slack. Logistically, I don't think it would work out to our benefit, at first. Maybe a little down the road, things get better and, people pick up slack, but the way it operates now, and there's no incentive to do better, I think we're just going to be stuck with, still a crapshoot.
Yeah, I really don't think that that's going to add to more. You know what I mean? Like, you still see Wave 1 sitting on the shelf regardless. So they're going to sell it all and be like, oh, well, look, it doesn't matter. We still have these guys sitting on the shelf, rather than doing it consistently.
Yeah, like switching it out and all that. Like, hey, these people want Wave 2 and that's in the back. We could sell it. But they're not thinking of that.
No. And you know what? That's kind of one of the things that I'm going to be upset about is, like, I know I've had issues with Toys R Us online, but I have never, ever, ever have had an issue with the store. And you know what? I call and I try to find as much information as I can. And you know what? They put up with it, and they're really good, at least in front of the store. And that's what I'm going to miss. You know what I mean? People are willing to go to the back. People are willing to look up product numbers and not huff and puff. Like, I had this one time where I knew there was a 6-shot somewhere, and the girl just huff and puffed, and I'm like, oh, for Pete's sakes. You know what I mean? So, like, I enjoy having someone to help me because I don't know these systems, and, I just want to be able to get a toy on time, and that's what I'm going to miss. I'm going to miss their help.
Well, I guess the big question is, if you don't have access to a Toys R Us, is that going to affect your collecting in any way?
Probably not.
Personally, no, because, like I said, I haven't found anything there in forever.
I just think and maybe this is maybe it's not, but I think we're just going to deal with less exclusives. And if you're someone who likes exclusives, then you're going to have less to choose from per year. Which, again, hey, save the money. But, for every bad thing, like overpriced Cybertron, there's a slightly cool thing, like, the Infernicus.
I'd even take that and say maybe, there just might be more online exclusives.
Yeah, like right now I want to get that Thundercracker from the Nitro mold.
Yeah, there you go.
Where's that one going to be coming out through?
I thought that was Toys R Us.
It's Toys R Us.
Oh, it's...
I know, isn't that lame?
Man, can you imagine Thundercracker Zeus being like the savior of Toys R Us? Everyone would get one, they just like rush to buy it like first day just so they don't lose out. Like, we've seen them
line up outside.
Yeah, it's like the old days. You gotta take a ticket.
3 a.m. You're number 101. God damn it, they only have 100. I'm not getting my Nitro Zeus. I'm punching somebody out.
That's right. The Savior toy is born. His name is not Thundercracker Zeus.
They better make a couple million of them. They want to do that.
No, they make 500,000, and then the other 500,000 is Skywarp Zeus. Never underestimate Seeker collectors.
Oh, those
Never.
poor
Oh, and
sick
then there's going to be a
bastards.
Thrust, Ramjet, and Dirge.
Thrust.
It's never going to end. And then it's going to be Sunstorm and Acid Storm.
Yeah, and SG Thundercracker colors.
Oh, and then eventually Slipstream. That'll be the last one. Maybe Nacelle.
But never Red. We'll never get a Redwing.
Never Redwing. No, that's out of the question. They'll say they're gonna do it, and then they're gonna do they're gonna piss off somebody like Scorponok. They're gonna say they're gonna do it, and then they don't. That's why Toys R Us goes out of business.
Yeah, that's finally.
It's like just before, it's like thank you to all of the Transformers fans. Just kept Toys R Us alive for another 6 months. But sorry, you can't get Redwing.
No.
Everyone's crying.
I still want that damn Classics Redwing. I don't care if they didn't mean to actually say they would make it. I want one, damn it.
That's how you feel, is how I feel about the Prowl and Laserbeak robot heroes. I was very sad when those never came out.
No, well, I mean, hey, that'd be even Predaking. Predaking was one too.
Yeah, that one too. Yeah, the Tank Thor and the Chief Thor. There's a bunch of them that I was really excited for.
Yeah, I feel about that. Yeah.
But anyways, I think we still have to see what's going to go on with this bankruptcy, right? Like, everything that we're saying right now is really speculation.
Absolutely.
Until we find out what happens tomorrow, I guess.
If they
They're
send me
probably done.
a % off coupon, I will go buy something from them right now. So
Trump is
So
going
you might have to print. Make
save
sure
the Toys R Us industry.
you print your coupon.
oh yeah, jeez.
Don't just bring in your phone. Oh God, no, that just can't happen.
Do I have to pay cash as well?
Oh, maybe. Maybe you'll save the tax that way. Hey, can I pay the tax if I pay cash?
Or personal check?
Money order?
Yeah.
No, Western Union money. Western Union Toys R Us. Here, I'll send you money. Thanks, Toys R Us.
So what happens if you get a Toys R Us credit card and they go out of business?
Yeah.
Oh, that
Your
reminds
credit
me.
is no longer good here.
They when I bought the SNES, they gave me this like rewards card thing, and I almost laughed. I almost laughed in her face because I was like, really, right now? But
Right now.
you sign up. Your first purchase after signing up is 10% off, and they like mail you or send you emails about like certain rewards that you can use, and then you get points or something like that. I don't know.
Every
There's a lot.
$125, you get a $5 coupon.
Really, that's fucking awesome. Too bad I can't use those anymore. Well, maybe in Canada. We don't know about the US.
Yeah, I used to have all my reward cards on app on my phone, but then Samsung stopped supporting the app. So on Saturday, I bought 3 things at Toys R Us. They asked for my reward card. Didn't know a number off the top of my head. And I said, it doesn't matter anyway. And the person, started weeping. It was their first day training at Toys R Us.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God.
You are a bad, bad man.
So I didn't know that she was training. Yeah. And so we had to have the nice talk about here's the deal going on Marvel Legends right now, and you don't have a little sign up, but this is all Toys R Us's until Easter if you guys survive that long. Yeah. But hey, I found stuff at Toys R Us in March 2018. We'll see what happens in April.
And there was much rejoicing.
Yay.
Yay!
We beat the hell out of Toys R Us for now. What else we got tonight?
I must apologize. We have been going on quite a while. I kind of do have to take a leave.
Actually, I gotta get going too. Because, we had just more more predictions for the future, but we can shelve the crystal ball, I think, for tonight.
Okay.
So we can get the crystal ball and we can shatter it later.
Or, we'll just record again once there's actual news. And,
Actual news.
And we'll pretend to say, we were right about something.
Enough of this fake news.
That's actually a good idea. Sorry, I shouldn't say actually. That's a very good idea, Necro.
Just come back to it. Yeah. I mean, hopefully we'll learn some more stuff very soon, and we'll just follow up and won't spend as much time.
Well, I hope someone is right for some of the positive outcomes.
Yeah.
Me too.
Let us hope that life support is last resort for Toys R Us, because there's some things I still want from them.
You better get them quickly.
Thundercracker
And the Seekers.
and Redwing.
And Redwing.
Toys R Us exclusive Redwing. We replaced Jeffrey with Redwing.
Sign me up.
Cool.
All right, let's get out here for the evening. So, mazintotoro signing off.
Adios, everybody. It's Bran out.
Counterpunch is going to bed. Good night.
And I hope you fly to friendly sky with Redwing. Here's your co-pilot, Necro Oblivion.